everybody, and welcome to episode 7 of the Chicago Bears franchise. And we have an exciting start to this one with the breakout D-line, but I'm going to make everybody wait just a little bit longer. We have some other things to take care of, a little team meeting here with Riley Reef talking about the next game, whether I'm going to give them a little more recovery time or not. Well, we have to have these type of conversations. They're important to make sure that we get ourselves ready for the game. They usually give us little boosts and little bonuses, so we definitely want to take advantage of those, especially when they're positive ones. We also have our game day goal there for Trevis Gibson. I skipped over it pretty quick there, but there it is, 75 rushing yards and 1 rushing touchdown, or 2 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles, 2 tackle for losses, or 2 sacks. So it's going to be quite a hefty one. We need to have a good game with him, and having him have a superstar ability on our D-line, which has been struggling all year to put pressure on the quarterback, is going to be crucial if we're going to continue developing into a better team. Here you see the rushing stats for David Montgomery. Well, here we go. We're facing Carson Wentz and a pretty explosive offense. I mean, Antonio Gibson, Scary Terry, Curtis Samuel, and Jahan Dotson, a lot of speed at the receiver positions. So this is not going to be, an easy game for us, no matter what the records are. We have been playing well, or at least we've been playing winning football. I won't necessarily say we're playing well, but we're doing enough to get some of these tough wins. And Justin Fields, we're continuing to look towards him for improvement, especially when it comes to keeping the ball out of the defensive hands. The Chicago Bears here need to focus on putting points up on the board if we're going to be truly successful, especially as I think the season's just going to get tougher and tougher. Defensively, I think we're doing well, but we still have the big question, that surrounds the team, what to do with Roquan Smith. We saw what happened in real life, him being traded off. That's definitely going to, put some pressure on me to see what I want to do about him, and what our goal is going to be if we are going to keep him or not. Now, if I'm going to keep it realistic, we probably look towards trading him. If we really want to bring my own identity to this franchise, well, we might just keep him, but that's going to be a tough decision. The trades also came around. Chase Claypool joins the Chicago Bears. That's something we could really use. Some of the other trades that we can talk about throughout the league, or at least some of the trades that didn't happen. Brandon Cooks for the Texans, that was a big one. He's no longer practicing with the team as retaliation for not being traded. DJ Moore didn't get traded. Well, he's been going on an absolute tear in real life recently. So I see why they may want to keep him, but, is this a team that's going to be ready to compete and take advantage of, the numbers that he's happening to put up right now? Of course, there was a lot of other trades that happened, and as well as trades that didn't happen. The Green Bay Packers decided to stay silent, no receiver for them, as well as other teams. So it was a very entertaining week 8, but man, we're seeing more and more stars be traded team to team. It's turning a lot like the NBA, where stars are getting, they have their own personality and they have a lot of leverage when it comes to, which organization they play for, a lot more than they used to. So that's really changing the dynamic of contracts and team building within the NFL. But let's get into the game here. David Montgomery on his first run after a great defensive stop on the first drive for Washington. Chicago now is going to have the ball for the first time, and we're going to see what they're capable of doing. Justin Fields is going to look around and find Dante Pettis. He's going to gain about 20 right there, so a big first gain on the dig route. That has really been something that we've taken advantage of throughout our offense. So here we go now. We are going to run the ball with David Montgomery. He's going to take it up the middle, bounce it back outside. That's going to be a big gain of about 15. David Montgomery, 2 rushes for 20 yards, starting off pretty well. We're driving down the ball with a couple explosive plays here. Let's see if we can take advantage of them and get into the end zone. 1st and 10 now on the 28. Justin Fields in the shotgun. Montgomery off to his right. Looking around. Fields going to try and step up, but he's going to be taken down by all-pro defensive tackle Jonathan Allen. One of the very talented defensive linemen or edge rusher or pressure players on this Washington defense. So here goes Byron Pringle breaking a tackle, breaking 2, and that's going to be putting us in a 3rd and inches situation. Little drag route, turning it upfield for a gain of 13. You cannot be mad at that. David Montgomery now right up the middle is going to be enough for the first down. That's going to be a gain of about 2. So we keep the ball on offense here. We're getting closer to the end zone. Let's see if we can punch it in. That's going to be the big thing this offense needs this week. Justin Fields looking around, finding Cole Kmet, the young tight end, and he's going to walk into the end zone untouched. Great job by Justin Fields, staying calm in the pocket. Of course, we don't want him to scramble too much, and by that I mean I don't want him to scramble when he panics. If he scrambles, I want him to be doing it under control. So to see him stay in the pocket, make the throws, that is really what we want to see out of him. Back on offense now, Carson Wentz after a first down that got them nothing, finding Terry McLaurin on the crosser route. It's going to be a 3rd and 2 here in the shotgun. Carson Wentz dropping back, trying to find an open guy, and he's just going to throw it down to Jahan Dotson on the sideline. That's going to be enough for the first down and more. One of the 2 talented receivers, or 3 talented receivers that we could be seeing quite a bit of on this offense. Curtis Samuel, still something we have to worry about. 1st and 10 now on the 28 after getting the first down, giving it down to Antonio Gibson. That's going to be a gain of 4. His first rush didn't go for much last week, didn't have a great week, but he's having himself a decent season. Definitely not the premier running back they were hoping he'd become. Motioning across now is Terry McLaurin. That's a fake. Gonna hand it off here, and he's gonna be taken down by Roquan Smith. Trying to get them off the field. This is the important thing. It's gonna be a screen pass. Roquan unable to get there, and he's going to get the first down and more. Breaks a move to the outside. It's gonna be Eddie Jackson from the opposite safety position coming down to get him. On the 45, they continue to move the ball efficiently on this drive. They're going to get another first down. That's a gain of about 12 for Antonio Gibson. So hopefully they can get the run game going. He can have a little bit of a breakout game. That would be great for them. The more versatile they are, and of course, the more they run on us is where we've struggled. Not a lot of teams have been in situations where they can run on us all game because of how close we keep them, and even being able to get a couple close wins throughout the season. But if this team wants to commit to the run game, we might have some issues as the game goes on. Of course, if Travis Gibson wants to have himself a game and make a couple tackle for losses, I would also appreciate that. 1st and 10 now, another first down. He's going to go for another screen here. Roquan coming across. It's going to be Jaquan Brisker taking him down. I haven't sent too many blitzes here. We're trying to get a feel for what they're trying to do. But surely, starting next drive, we have to. Going for back-to-back screens. He's going to catch this one, but taken down right away. Gain of 2. Jaquan Brisker once again, and Sam Cosmi, starting offensive lineman, is going to go down. They really can't afford that. This is a team that already struggles to bring, pressure on the quarterback. While having your backups out there is not going to help the situation. You would hope to keep him out there, of course, as a starter. Sam Cosmi has carved himself a decent role here on Washington. Losing him could be detrimental if we're going to start bringing pressure next drive like we originally planned. Big first down there for Jahan Dotson in this drive, taking a lot of time off the clock as well as being very efficient. The defense must be tired at this point. They've been on for quite a while, handing it right down the middle and no competition, untouched. And now another starting offensive lineman for the Washington football team is going to go down. That was Wes Schweitzer. Probably butchered that name, but he's going to go down, and we're going to get this offense back, and now we really need to start bringing the pressure. Their offense is low. They don't have a lot of depth anymore. They've already got 2 backups out, so we're going to want to take advantage of that. Pretty tight game here. We only had 1 drive in the first, of course, with Washington taking so much time. Justin Fields going to throw this one across the middle, and that's going to be intercepted. Nickel Roby-Coleman, he's carved himself a phenomenal career. He's going to get the interception there, trying to find the dig route. We were talking about how much we like that. Well, this time they're sitting in zone, and he's going to carry over it, try to put enough air on it so that he can run towards it, but unable to do so. Nickel, almost turning into the receiver there, is going to make the big interception and get Washington back in scoring range with very few yards to go before being in guaranteed field goal range. And that run right there by Antonio Gibson does it. They are in guaranteed point range, so an unfortunate interception there for Justin Fields. You hate to see it. We keep talking about wanting to keep the ball out of the defense's hands, unable to do so there. They get the big interception, and now they have the opportunity to take a lead. Second and 3 now on the 20. Carson Wentz just chunking this field down slowly but surely. That has been their strategy, rolling out 2 pancakes, but Jaquan Brisker able to punch it out of the hands of Logan Thomas. So it's going to be an incomplete here, and a 3rd and 3. We have the opportunity to force them to a field goal. What do we do with it? Going to dump this one off. Big first down for Antonio Gibson. That's going to be enough. A gain of about 4, maybe 5. 1st and 10 now on the 17 in the pistol formation. He's got 2 tight ends off to the right. Let's see if we bring pressure. We do not. He's going to have all day in the pocket and just throw the flat there. Gain of only 2. But once again, we have yet to hit Carson Wentz for a loss. Draw play there. That's going to be taken down by Jones. So a 3rd and 5, once again in position to keep them to a field goal here. Let's see what we do. Dropping back, 3rd and 5. He's going to have this one dropped. Eddie Jackson, the man in coverage, not nearby though. So that's going to be a clean drop for the Washington tight end. And this offense is going to get to come back on the field only down 3 instead of 14. Let's see if they can do better here. Going with the power run here. Not going to get much. Leatherwood unable to get across the field and upfield. The timing there looked a little weird. Now Justin Fields going to dump this one off to Darnell Mooney, still showing confidence even though the interception was targeted for Darnell Mooney last drive. He's going to go for the little under route here, and he's going to get positive yards. A great job by David Montgomery not giving up on the play. He's going to get upfield and give out a block. On the 41 now, 6 minutes, under 7 minutes, just under 7 minutes. We are going to play action, looking around, and sacked. He could have just taken the easy reverse fake there, thrown it off, get some easy yards here, but he's trying to look for the big play downfield and unable to make the read. Justin Fields now across the field is going to go to, I believe that was Cole Kmet, and Cole Holcomb coming down with the incomplete. He's going to deflect this one to the ground. So a 3rd and 17, uncomfortable situation here for Justin Fields. We've talked about how much we wanted to avoid these 3rd and longs. Justin Fields looking around, going to air this one to the sideline, and Nikel Roby-Coleman making another great play on the ball. So 5.5 minutes here, 2nd and 9. We skipped the first play. It was just a 1-yard run. Well, they're going to go draw here on 2nd down and getting to the outside. That's going to be Roquan Smith, able to chase him down, but not before the gain of about 8. Motioning to the right here, they've got 2 tight ends on the field, the fullback and the running back. We've got to expect run, and they do, and Roquan there to stuff the gap, but not before the first down. Just getting enough push on the defensive tackles there by the interior offense of Washington football team to get the first down. They're going to go off with the bunch off to the right, 2 tight ends. They like their 2 tight end sets so far. Finding Jahan Dotson on the outside there. That's going to be a gain of about 8. A nice little sit route there. Can't complain. Carson Wentz now in the shotgun, bringing pressure, but getting the ball off. And this is just how quickly they're getting the ball off. Even when we're sending pressure, they have an answer for it. The offensive line is cutting. The running backs are getting involved at the point of scrimmage, at the line of attack. And we're unable to even get close to Carson Wentz. Counter now, it's going to go for a gain of about 2. So great job by the defense, ready for the run on first. So 2nd and 8 now, 2.5 minutes left. We are almost nearing the 2-minute warning. Carson Wentz looking around, dumping this one off to the sideline. That is going to be, I believe, Scary Terry, and we've officially eclipsed the 2-minute warning. Shifting the defense off to the left, and Terry McLaurin, just so much burst coming out of those short routes. Jalen Johnson unable to keep up. He is going to be tackled right after the catch, but a great job. Eddie Jackson has been all over the field so far this game. Something that we have to keep an eye on, as he's doing phenomenal in the tackling aspect of things. 2nd and 10 here, looking to bring pressure, and we do. Can we get some? Absolutely not. Terry McLaurin, a great out route there, maybe a comeback. Great timing, great anticipation by Carson Wentz to put it right where it needed to be. 1st and 10, Washington continues to chunk down the field. Small plays. They are just wearing us out, and that's going to be Antonio Gibson taken down by Kyler Gordon and Nicholas Morrow. But another gain of 7, and that's all they need. They're putting themselves in a successful area on 2nd and 3rd down to convert. Another screen play here. He's going to turn this one up the field. That is going to be Robinson. Awesome to see him playing after what happened early in the preseason, I suppose. We missed 4 weeks due to an accident and intercepted by Desmond Trufant. I mixed up both names, put them into one, but he is going to go all the way. Nothing but green, and there's no way Dotson is going to be able to keep up with him, or at least catch up with the running head start there, picking off the curl, and he's been so good at that. He has been absolutely phenomenal on the curl route, so active, and he's, even when he's not, intercepting the ball, he's forcing turnovers, or he's getting his hands on the ball. He's dropped a few this year, but he's also made up for a few of them, and he's been phenomenal for us in the back end. Great air there. He's going to find his receiver, just putting enough touch on it. He knows where his receiver needs to be. Carson Wentz has been very impressive here today. Dumping it off short here, and it's going to be Jalen Smith at the point of tackle. He's going to have a little bit of backup there by his defensive tackles coming in and recovering to the ball. 21 seconds left. They use their final timeout. Going to dump this one off to Scary Terry. They're going to throw this one into the middle of the field, and they're going to have enough time to get that field goal team out. Whether or not they get it is unknown, and they're going to go wide left. It started to curve a little bit back to the goalpost there, but not enough. And even the distance looked a little suspicious, so I'm not sure if they would have got that one, but at least 3 to 4 yards to the outside to the left there. They cannot take that. They had an opportunity to make this a 1-point game, unable to do so, but we do get the ball back at half. So a great end to the second quarter for our defense, making the necessary plays to keep us in the lead, give us the lead, and then keep us in the lead, or at least give us a lot of momentum going into that second half. We know David Montgomery's having a phenomenal season. We want to continue feeding him the ball, trying to get a rotation of running backs through, but we have such a balanced offense, I think, that David Montgomery doesn't even need the backup, because very rarely are we going towards him every 3 to 4 plays in a row. We might run him twice in a row like we're going to do right about here, at least as it looks, running it right down the middle, and we do. He's going to get a little bit of space, but I'd like to see more of a rotation. He's obviously out there on every play, but I think the game takes into consideration that we don't target him or use him every play, and therefore maybe the fatigue doesn't get as low as it needs to be to warrant the backup. Now, I've played with the auto subs. I've actually heightened them on a weekly basis, trying to find something, and very rarely do I see a backup in. So we're going to continue playing with that, because I understand, realistically, even though he might not be a part of the play, every single play, just being out on the field, blocking, running routes, that's still going to put on some fatigue. So still working on that. I'm hoping by the end of the season, we'll have that figured out and we'll have a good balance. And then for future seasons, we'll have something to play for, or at least a little bit more of a mixture. Now, Justin Fields getting a great run there, just weaving through the defensive gaps, and he's going to get 29 yards. So he's going to put us in scoring position here. And this was honestly one of my favorite games of the series so far. Just had so much fun rolling out, finding Cole Kmet in the end zone, touchdown, Chicago. But no, I've had a lot of fun with this game. This was probably one of the games I had the most fun in case of like a representation of what the sliders can offer. Now, of course, we are winning 21-0 against Washington. Not a very good game, but I'm still, sampling every single game. Every game is being used as a sample as I tweak these to make it harder, to make it easier, to make it more realistic. So as the season goes on, like I just said about the auto subs, well, I'm going to start looking at making some of the things a little harder. Now, I still think some of the quarterbacks played too well. Carson Wentz only having like 4 incompletes at this point of the game is just not great. It's not realistic, but finding Terry McLaurin up the seam in the cover 2, Eddie Jackson can't catch up. 3rd and 11 conversion for a touchdown, a big one there for Washington. But those are the things I love to see. I want it to be competitive, especially as we are still a team that, shouldn't be competing week in, week out. This is a team that's struggling. It has in real life. Now, it has shown signs of life, but overall isn't a team that should be, borderline a playoff team. Like, this is a team that should be in the wild card race, sure, but I definitely want to make this a little bit tougher for us. I don't want it to be a blow-by, especially in the first season. And there's a roughing the passer there on a 2-point conversion. They're going to get to redo it. Good chance they just run up the ball here with the extra added yards. But nope, they're going to pass it here to Logan Thomas, and a good 2-point conversion there to make it a 1-possession game, but more importantly, only a 3-point game. So just like that, Washington is staying into this game, and they're competing, running it right up the middle here. And I believe that was Riley Reef, who just misses assignment at the second level, goes to join the kick out on the end. And they're going to get penetration right on us. Darnell Mooney now is going to catch the ball. He's going to take the drag here, try to get to the outside and turn it upfield, but unable to do so for a tremendous amount of yards, but a pickup of 9 and a 3rd and 1, something that we like as a manageable situation. 4th and inches here. I suppose we should take it here. We're going to trust our defense. They've done a great job of keeping them out of the touchdown area, but we're going to run this one right up the middle, and Cole Holcomb is going to come in flying, and he's going to be able to make a stop in the backfield there. So the offense is going to get the good ball position on the 36 here. Let's see what Carson Wentz can do. Can they take the lead? Can they tie the game? What will our defense have to say about it? Going down to Terry McLaurin, who we saw the stats just before, having a phenomenal game so far. That big chunk play that they had in the last drive definitely helps the stats. 1st and 10 now after another little dump off there, just a gain of about 12. They're going to run this ball right up the middle. Antonio Gibson, nowhere to go. They're going to go with a little bit of tempo here. Let's see what Carson Wentz is up to. Carson Wentz now dropping back is going to go to the hook, and Desmond Trufant, we were talking about how active he is on those little curl routes, has his hand on that one. Unfortunately, couldn't get both out there, so he's only going to get one hand and deflection out to the ground. Now bringing pressure, that's going to be Robert Quinn, veteran defensive end, who's going to get the sack. We love to see it. Didn't have to blitz there. That's natural pressure. We need a lot more of that. Looking around now, David Montgomery is going to pick up about 5 yards, so we were able to force them to a field goal here. Let's see if we can get that lead back. David Montgomery's going to get the ball twice in a row. Kari Blasingame is going to be out there lead blocking him, and I just think he chose the wrong gap there. Should have turned it up behind the receiver. The receiver's back, but he's going to try and stretch this one outside, and an easy first down missed, but we are able to get it on the very next play. So we were talking about him not using him too much in succession. Well, we've done so far on this drive. 3 running plays in a row. Now a play action here. Looking around, Justin Fields going to head to the sideline and deflect it down by the Washington safety. 2nd and 10 now on the 37. We're about to hit the 2-minute mark of the 3rd. We're going to air this one out. Byron Pringle, corner, turning upfield, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds by William Jackson. But a big play there by this offense. We want more explosive plays. Well, we know that we have to take what's given to us to create those opportunities. Justin Fields steps up into the pocket, sets his feet, finding Cole Kmet, and great job just staying poised there, able to make the big play. 1st and 10 now on the 10. We are moving the ball well. We're in a situation here where we could possibly take the lead back. Rolling out, trying to find an opening. He's going to throw this one to the sideline there. Trying to lead his receiver to the back end zone, but unable to do so. That one just comes out a little wild, so he's not going to get where the ball in a situation where it needs it to be. So we're stuck here on a 3rd and 8 after an inefficient run on 2nd down. Looking around, Justin Fields going to roll out, and he's going to keep this one. No, he's going to set his feet. He should have kept it and ran upfield, but dumping it off to Darnell Mooney at the last second. That's going to be a gain of 4, but nowhere near enough the end zone. So we're forced to take a field goal. A great job by the Washington defense. Just being able to create disruption in the backfield enough at least to make sure that we can set our feet for throws. And then the one run play we had was a gain of about 2. So the Washington defense doing very well here, especially that front 4. I don't like what I'm seeing from them, but they're playing very well and they're creating disruptions. The linebackers are coming down to fill the gaps in the run. So this Washington defense is definitely competing with us. Of course, just 2 years removed from a Washington defense that shocked the world for being once one of the best in the NFL, trying to regain that form still. Going to the out route there, that's going to be a big gain. Getting to the outside, and wow, Curtis Samuel, if he keeps his feet in bounds, he might take this one to the house with his speed. Very lucky there, but a great play by him, able to fight for the extra yards. Now, going to bring the pressure once again, and it's going to be Curtis Samuel 2 plays in a row. This time is going to be a gain of about 5, dumping it off. Every time we bring pressure, they have an answer so far. Looking around, dumping this one off to the sideline. Curtis Samuel, 3 plays in a row go towards him, so a big focus on him in this drive. On the 49 now, 1st and 10, Carson Wentz doing well so far on this drive. He's going to finally have pressure get to him. That's going to be Gibson as well as, I believe, Jones getting to him. So that's going to be great pressure there. We finally get home on the blitz, something we haven't seen all game. But more importantly, when the game's on the line, this defense is stepping up. 3rd and 16 now. They need a big gain if they're going to get anywhere near field goal range. Carson Wentz now in the shotgun. Gibson off to his right. He's going to snap the ball, go downfield. Pressure once again coming, and Gibson's going to be the one in his face. But Jalen Johnson able to punch the ball out here from Terry McLaurin's hands. So it's going to be a 4th and 16, and we force the punt. Way is going to punt this one all the way back. Dante Pettis is going to recover it off his helmet, and recovered by Wild Goose from the Washington football team, and a huge mistake by the receiver, unable to corral the punt return, or the punt initially. That's going to be deflective off his helmet, his shoulder pads, one or the other, and they're going to get a big opportunity here to get back into this game. We were able to force the punt. Well, now we put the defense back into a tougher situation here. Carson Wentz is going to throw it, and Jalen Johnson interception, bailing out the special teams. He has nothing but green ahead of him, cutting off the flat. Antonio Gibson getting close, but unable to take him down. What a play for the Chicago Bears defense, bailing out the special teams and making this a 10-point game. And Carson Wentz, with his second interception, gone back to the end zone for 6. And they're going to run the ball back very soon, or, very close to that, interception. They're going to be back on offense. Not a lot of time to work out on the kinks of what happened there. He's going to have to come back here starting fresh if he wants a chance in this game. Carson Wentz now rolling out, dumping it off to Logan Thomas. An awkward throw there off base. Already 40 throws here for Carson Wentz. 1st and 10 now. On the 38, about to hit the 6-minute mark of the 4th. Going to go with the play action, rolling out. Gibson so close to the sack, and we need them, but finding Terry McLaurin on the crossing route, and he's going to get extra yards there. Jalen Johnson unable to catch up to him after, unable to make the tackle, but getting so close for Gibson to get that interception that we're looking for him to get that dev game upgrade, unable to do so. The one thing we have to look forward to is the run game. If we can continue shutting down the run game, we might stand a chance, unless he gets another sack of some sort or a tackle for loss. Going now, that's going to be Gibson, but I think that's going to be just on the line. I don't think that'll be considered a tackle for a loss, but coming out aggressive here, we want to get in his face. Looking out, great job by the running back, picking up the block, and he's going to find Terry McLaurin. Once again, Desmond Trufant in coverage, and Terry is having a phenomenal game here. With about 3.5 minutes left, Carson Wentz really needs to punch this one in. This is not an opportunity to be taking the ball downfield slowly, and a sack recovered by Roquan Smith. Finally, the pressure getting in there by the end of the 3rd quarter into the 4th. We're able to create pressure. They're looking for these long developing plays a little bit more, not committed to chunking it down the field as much, and we're going to get the ball back on offense. David Montgomery picking up about 15. Cole Holcomb has had quite a game, even though the stats may not show it with only 3 tackles. He's been everywhere. Going down the field now, looking for Byron Pringle, catches it in the deep post range, getting behind the cover 3, and that's going to be a big explosive play here with about 2 minutes left, looking to just run the clock at this point. We are going to go with the pass here, finding David Montgomery on the flat, play action there. We're still trying to have a mixed attack here. Now we are going to hand this ball off on the stretch, and look who it is. Cole Holcomb getting behind the line of scrimmage, and he's going to shut down the gap, force us to hit into our offensive line, and that's just not what you want as a running back. Of course, you want those big open seams, which we have been able to create some points throughout this game, but Cole Holcomb is 2nd time that I call him out for making a big play in the backfield. Going to take the field goal now after being unable to get the 1st down, even on that Byron Pringle reverse there, unable to get too many yards. So it's going to be a 1st and 10 now, 1:42. Practically impossible that the Washington win. So we come out, we win another big game, pressure coming in. That's going to be Robert Quinn with the sack. They really are looking for these big plays here, and our D-line is taking advantage of it, and Kyler Gordon off the deflection is going to head to the outside, and he is going to get into the end zone. So the 3rd pick 6 here for the Chicago Bears. And Carson Wentz has struggled here today, especially when the pressure has been coming in, which we've seen in the second half. He's really struggling in. He was getting used to just sitting in the pocket, finding guys on these short developing routes. Well, now they're forced to stretch the ball down the field, and he just does not have enough time for that. So possibly taking advantage of the 2 injuries they have on their offensive line, and we're getting to the quarterback, so we can't complain. On the 20 now, just about a minute to go. Desmond Trufant once again making his third play on the curl routes there. He had the interception, the deflection, and this time the punch out. So a great job there by Desmond Trufant being very active here today. He wants another big play. 2nd and 10 now. Carson Wentz. We're going to bring the pressure, and Jaquan Brisker is going to be able to take him down as soon as the catch is made. So a 3rd and 5 here. We have to suppose they'll go for it on 4th down. And a great job fitting it through here for Curtis Samuels. Carson Wentz now dropping back. They're going hurry up, pressure coming in, and he's just going to throw this one away, unable to set his feet and unable to get enough time to make the read. On the 32 here, 30 seconds left to go. He's going to throw this one to the outside. That's going to be outside there. That's going to be out of bounds. Not even an opportunity for Jahan Dotson to make the play. So they're going to have a 3rd and 10 here. 25 seconds left. This game is as good as over no matter what they do here. But they're going to try and come out of this game with a little bit of pride. They're getting a little finicky here. Carson Wentz making a lot of movement in the backfield and just going to lead him way too much to the outside here. 50 throws for Carson Wentz, really unable to run on us all day, even though they've tried it 21 times, which is quite good. They haven't been able to really get those big plays that they need, and they've been put in a situation where, well, look at where they are now. They have to stretch the field if they're going to compete, and a last end of game play there by Desmond Trufant. I wanted to review that one, but the game was over. A great interception. He gets his feet in bounds for his 2nd interception of the game. I said he wanted to make another play. Well, guess what? He did. And we come out with a 42-21 win. We win this one by 21 points. We double their score. And Justin Fields did decent here today, but this was one of my favorite games, seeing the defense step up here, especially in the second half. We were able to make a lot of big plays, and even early on when the offense was struggling, it was that Desmond Trufant pick 6 that put us in the lead. Now we look at the passing yards, the rushing yards. We didn't get them as much time on offense as they did. They were holding the ball for quite a long time, but we created the turnovers. Justin Fields here going 202 yards, 75 completion percentage, 2 touchdowns to 1 interception. We saw a lot of success by David Montgomery, but once again, we didn't run him as much as we usually do with the amount of time that the defense spent down on the field, but we're happy with that. Antonio Gibson did not reach the mark. So as it stands right now, unless Madden glitches, I think we really did get it with Travis Gibson. It wasn't done by his performance. It was created and due to the defensive performance. So we're definitely going to take the bailout for that there if it goes down our way. But a lot of tackles here on defense. We look at the sacks. Travis Gibson only had half a sack, so it's definitely not enough for that. But before we do that, let's go look at some of the upgrades we have. Jaquan Brisker is another big player that we're trying to develop. He's going to get the upgrade there, and here it is. Played a heck of a game this week, so I think we accomplished it, and Travis Gibson is now a superstar dev. So this team is getting better. It's getting so much better. Some of these young players are making the plays, are getting in positions to improve, and that's what we see there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode.